welcome to this week's video. I've got Storm here and we are going to look at horses that rush to the fence, why they rush to the fence and what we can do to help them. So there are loads of different reasons why horses rush to the fence, and it's really knowing your individual horse. And as a trainer, if people tell me that they have this problem, I really try to get to the bottom of why the horse is doing it. It normally comes down to a schooling issue. So before we go into the exercises, let's look at why the horses might rush. So I'd say 90% of the time that the horses actually aren't forward enough around the corners. Even at British eventing events, you can go and watch, and they're big horses and they're just not travelling forwards. So to really get into a forward jumping rhythm and a good canter is really, really important. And then as the horse comes round the corner, for example, to the approach to the fence, they don't feel like they need to make up strides. They're already in that rhythm and should be able to jump out of that rhythm. So another reason that a horse can rush is they get a little bit panicky. And Storm is a good example of this at home. She's not so bad actually out at shows because you're in a nice wide open space and she can get into this rhythm. But at home she sees a lot of poles on the ground and actually she can get a little bit too obsessed about where the poles are and what we're going to be doing. So in this case, with her, obviously I know her very, very well, as I've been warming up, I've been going around the jump, circling in between the poles, getting her to trot over them, just so that she realises they're just poles, we're not doing anything exciting, and that she's safe to touch them if she needs to. Okay, so at home, when horses do get a little bit panicky, the other really important thing to remember is to keep the fences quite small, keep them approachable. If you watch my videos, then you'll realise that actually at home I don't jump big fences. The horses aren't always jumping big scary things. A lot of our time is spent over the smaller fences, correcting them and getting them confident. Sharp horses especially, which we deal with a lot of, if you go into big fences and scary fences or lots of poles, whatever, that the horses get a little bit tense about it. So it's really about just getting them to relax, be happy, let them find it easy, keep up morale, and keep horses happy into fences. Okay, so our first exercise is really, really basic and simple. We start this on so many horses, even the younger ones. So it's just placing a canter pole either side of the fence and a simple cross pole for now. For them to pop. So the idea is as they come in, they look down at the pole just a little, which removes their shoulders, then they come up to jump and then move down. So as a warm-up, we start to get them lifting and moving and using their muscles and their backs to the fence. Okay, so I've jumped that both ways, getting the Storm nicely warmed up. So we're going to look at the next exercise and we're going to start to now really think about her rhythm. So if you watch me show jump on any of my videos or if you come to watch me event, you'll often see that my lips are moving when I'm going around. I'm actually counting. My trainer gave me a really good tip and I count the whole way around the course and it helps me to keep a good rhythm. It helps Storm to keep a good rhythm because then I ride to that rhythm and it's really, really important to help you see a stride from a long way away from the fence. So I keep counting to keep the rhythm. Okay, so moving on to one vertical. I'm going to come in, I'm going to keep a nice forward rhythm around the corner. I'm going to count so you can hear me counting my rhythm and Storm's strides. Coming into the fence, because she's quite a big horse, I'm quite small, she can get quite long. So I try and keep my upper body back so that I can see a good stride and also I'm out of her way, and it just helps me to keep her together. But my leg is going to be on, and I'll be on quite a light seat because Storm doesn't actually like me driving into or sitting on her back. She feels like I'm driving her into the fence, which I'm not, but she feels like she is. She's very sensitive. So it just really brings us to the point of know your horse, try and get to know them, what they like, what they dislike. So on landing, I'm going to ride away. But then before I get to the wall, I'm going to stop as softly as I can. I'm not hammering the brakes on, but I want her to know that we're not actually going to go under a flying change and go around the corner and look for our next jump. I want her to stop and be ready for me to ask her to stop. Even if, once we've done a stop, the next time round, if I come and then she half halts nicely, then I might send her on. It just depends on how she is listening to me, and that's really the point of the exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is to pop down almost like a little grid. We're going to pop through a bounce, which is the idea is to keep her short and get her really thinking, her mind focused. It's quite little, but get her mind focused on what she's doing. And then when we jump out of the bounce, there's a pole, just to make sure that she sits back and she waits, because knowing Storm, she'll probably lock onto the oxer and try and run. So that pole is not there to stop her or hinder her, but just to really get her focusing on where her legs are. And then from the bounce, keeping her together, she should make a really nice bascule, confident shape over the oxer at the end. Okay, so you can see after those exercises, really quickly, Storm's already sitting back and waiting for the jumps to come to her a little bit more. So that's really good. So remember, 3 top tips. Keep your rhythm, count around your course and your exercises to make sure that you and your horse are riding out of a rhythm. Use your stops or your transitions or your half halts on the getaway to just confirm it's almost like a full stop to the horse what they've just done. And third one is just make sure that the fences are nice and small to give the horses confidence at home. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you found this really useful. Remember, you can find me on Facebook at GG Eventing and GL Equestrian, my website glequestrian.co.uk, Twitter GG Eventing, and of course please subscribe to our YouTube channel GG Eventing for our weekly videos, blogs and updates. See you soon, guys.